Welcome travelers to the Russia Revealed presentation, brought to you by the Albany-Tula Alliance and Overseas Adventure Travel. The purpose of this session is to announce the June departure date as well as to provide additional resources should you need more information. The price of $43.34 per person includes round-trip airfare from JFK with additional cities available upon request. Your price also includes accommodations for 14 nights, 40 meals, all transfers and baggage handling, the services of a native professional tour guide, 11 private sightseeing tours, as well as plenty of learning and discovery. The price also includes all approximate taxes and fees, as well as $250 allowance towards optional tours. For the special Tula portion of the trip, the cost is $1,300 per person double occupancy. This price includes a $200 per person deductible contribution for the Albany-Tula Alliance, and this portion can be paid by a check for the Albany-Tula Alliance Incorporated and should be mailed to Charlotte Buchanan with the reservation form. You'll be spending 14 nights aboard our private river ship, the MS Russia, with a choice of 3 decks. All cabins, regardless of level, are outside cabins. When you travel by river, you have the advantage of a much more leisurely pace on your trip. You only have to pack and unpack once, and the ship offers many large spaces for meeting with friends and traveling companions. Rather than go off-ship to attend lectures on your destination, the presentations come to you, sometimes with local craftsmen coming on board to show you their skills. And our friendly shipboard staff has the time to get to know you and to help make your vacation an unforgettable one. Our staff is always on hand for those special touches, and they have a flair for the spectacular. And speaking of spectacular, our shipboard meals are something to write home about. Every meal features several choices, including some days when traditional regional cuisine will be offered. We begin our trip with 4 nights in St. Petersburg, then set sail into Lake Ladoga and along the Svir River, stopping at Svir Stroy. We then stop in Petrozavodsk before sailing out into Lake Onega and visiting Kizhi Island. From there, we then follow the Volga-Baltic Canal into the Volga River, stopping in Uglich before finally landing in Moscow. Normally, we would fly back to the U.S. from here, but because of your trip's special arrangements, you will continue on to Tula. The trip begins in St. Petersburg, the city founded as the new capital of the Russian Empire by Tsar Peter the Great. You'll visit the greatest monument to Peter's reign, the Peter and Paul Fortress, as well as the palace of Catherine I, Peter's wife. You'll also visit the famous Hermitage, the winter palace of the Tsars, today one of the world's most splendid museums. Sailing along the Svir River, you'll eventually dock in Petrozavodsk, known for its grand embankments. You'll then set sail out onto Lake Onega, visiting Kizhi Island, including the Church of the Transfiguration with its 22 timbered onion domes. On the Volga River, you'll pass by many beautiful towns of the Golden Ring, an area of preserved Russian history. You'll enjoy an included stop in picturesque Uglich with its many medieval buildings, including churches and fortresses. Finally, you'll arrive in Moscow, Russia's modern capital. Over several days, you'll have the chance to visit many of Moscow's most famous landmarks, including beautiful Red Square and the Grand Kremlin. Your trip will also include cultural landmarks, such as a visit to the famous Moscow Circus. On July 1st, you'll depart Moscow for Tula to begin your group's special extension, arranged by the Albany-Tula Alliance. During your transfer from Moscow to Tula, you'll visit the estate of the artist Vasily Polonova. Once you've checked into your hotel, you'll have a chance to meet the artists of the future at the Polonova Art School, an extracurricular school for talented youngsters. Your July 2nd tour of Tula will include visits to the Tula Kremlin, the Arms Museum, and the Samovar Museum. You'll explore the children's summer camp and then get a chance to really relax at a special Russian banya. On July 3rd, you'll be visiting Yasnaya Polyana, the estate of Leo Tolstoy, and now a museum dedicated to the great author. You can take a horse carriage through Central Park before experiencing the Medieval Museum, where you'll see a reenacted medieval battle. Then you have free time to relax and explore this fascinating city, perhaps shopping at the Modern Paradise Center near your hotel. The following day, you'll depart for the U.S., arriving home in time to celebrate July the 4th. Optional tours are available to help you customize your trip. You can experience cultural events such as a visit to the Russian Ballet in St. Petersburg. Other offered events include a Karelian folk show featuring traditional Karelian music and costume, a tour of Moscow's Jewish heritage, and the spectacular National Russian Show in the concert hall of the Cosmos Hotel. Other optional tours let you choose to explore landmarks that the main trip doesn't cover, such as Yusupov Castle, where Prince Yusupov murdered Grigory Rasputin. You could also visit the Peterhof, Peter the Great's Versailles by the Sea, with its magnificent fountains, or the Kirillo-Belozersk Monastery, with its impressive collection of Russian Orthodox icons. You also have the option of visiting the Tretyakov Gallery, with a collection of over 130,000 paintings, sculptures, and graphics from Russian artists. An integral part of every GCT trip is the learning and discovery along the way, and this trip is no exception. This trip features plenty to learn, with chances to meet Russian World War II veterans, a Matryoshka nesting doll painting demonstration, Russian language lessons, and a demonstration and class in making Russian blinis. One point of discovery that's a highlight of every trip is the chance for a home-hosted visit. The deposit per person is $500. For reservations and information, you can contact Charlotte Buchanan at 518-434-3518 or by email at charlotte.buchanan@gmail.com. Be sure to make your reservation by December 10th, 2010, as cabins will only be held until this date. Thank you for your attention. This trip represents a fantastic chance to meet the people and places that make up your sister city. I hope you will join us on this very special tour. In the meantime, you can close out of the presentation by simply clicking out of the window.